This video is entitled, Pain is Good for You. Now, why would I call it that? Pain is good for you. Pain certainly is not good for you, or is it? Well, pain actually is a warning system by the body to tell you that there's something wrong. It notifies you when there's a problem. Imagine you were walking down the street and you fell and you fractured your leg, and yet you didn't feel any pain. What would you do? Well, you'd get right back up, brush yourself off, and continue walking and further fracture the leg. What if you were again walking down the street and you suddenly felt pain in the chest, and the pain radiated into the neck, down the arm, possibly having a heart attack, but yet you didn't feel any pain? Well, then you wouldn't go to the hospital, you wouldn't be checked out, they wouldn't perform any life-saving procedures, and you would die. Okay, again, pain is a warning system to notify you that there is a problem. Imagine you are in bed at night, you're sleeping, it's 3 a.m., and the fire alarm or the smoke detector goes off. Instead of evaluating the situation to find out that there's a fire, you just go ahead, you pull the battery out of the smoke detector, or you just shut the fire alarm. What you're basically doing is masking a symptom, right? The house is going to burn down, but at least you feel better because of the fact that the alarm or the beeper is not going off. It's basically the same thing when a person has pain and takes medication. Anti-inflammatories, Advils, ibuprofen, Motrin, painkillers, analgesics, opioids. All of these things are geared towards one thing and one thing only: masking the pain, inhibiting the pain fibers, inhibiting the pain signals. So you're basically going to accomplish what you want. You're going to get relief of symptoms. However, the problem is going to keep returning, or I shouldn't say the problem, the pain is going to continue to return. Why? Because the problem wasn't resolved. Okay, again, the body is crying out for help, and you are just covering up the symptoms. You're making the body temporarily happy. So what needs to be done when a patient comes to my office with pain is I have to find the cause of the pain. I got to be a little bit of a detective. All right, we have to diagnose the problem. How do we diagnose the problem? Through a comprehensive examination in order to see exactly what is causing the pain. If it's, let's say if it's a spinal problem and it's facet syndrome, then it's going to require one type of treatment. If it's a sprain strain, it's going to involve another type of treatment. If it's a disc problem, like a herniated disc, bulging disc, it's going to require a different type of treatment. I'm not going to guess. I'm not just going to say, well, we'll try this treatment, we'll give it a few weeks. If that works, great. If it doesn't work, then we'll try something else. That's absurd. All right? We need to find the root cause of the problem. So when I say pain is good for you, yes, pain is good for you. It's telling you that there is a problem. If you ignore it, especially if you just keep taking medication, and I've had people take medications for 10, 20, 30 years, just basically going day to day, temporarily relieving the symptoms. However, what they don't realize is that the problem continues to get worse. I just had a patient the other day. She complained of carpal tunnel. Well, I diagnosed her with carpal tunnel. She had pain, tingling, and numbness from her hand into her thumb, her index finger, and her third finger. Okay, classic carpal tunnel. Needed to check her out though, because it could be coming from the neck, it could be coming from the elbow, or it could be coming from the wrist. In her case, the problem was coming from her wrist. She had carpal tunnel syndrome. But the problem was that she didn't come into me until she had the symptoms for 3 years. So what happened was we did some neurological testing on her to find out that the nerves were badly damaged. Had she come into me after a few weeks of the pain, tingling, numbness, even a month, then I could have done a lot more for her than I'm able to do now because of the fact that she's got a permanent condition. We'll relieve some of her symptoms, but we're not going to be able to get rid of it because of the fact that she has a lot of atrophy of the muscles, because of the fact that the nerves were not innervating the muscles for an extended period of time, and therefore the muscles started to die. So it's important to not ignore pain, to take it seriously, because it could be a serious problem, or it may be a minor problem that, if not resolved, is going to become a major problem in the future, and sometimes an uncorrectable problem in the future. Thank you for viewing this video, and we'll see you next time.